All right, guys, we'll talk a little bit more Preps Hoops now here with Ed Nunez, of course, Charles Asher III, and Adam Deal here with you. Okay, District 1, we mentioned Volcano Vista gets a huge monster win over Rio Rancho. We'll see how that affects things in district play. Coach Salata was doing fantastic. In fact, they had the nice opening win against Santa Fe, blew them out, and then that happened. So we'll see, because they're going to take on Cibola on Tuesday night, tomorrow night. It'll be an interesting game for Rio Rancho, right?
No rest.
They're going to have to get it done. How about Cleveland going up to Santa Fe and in overtime prevailing by 6? But, guys, it looked like the Storm were going to go down against Santa Fe. We all know Santa Fe is a very tough place to play. Still, maybe a good thing for Coach Smith's crew because, I mean, it's a little wake-up call maybe, Ed.
Well, you know, David Rodriguez does a great job at Santa. I know David. I went to college with David. I know him. He's a good coach. Bobby Rodriguez, his dad. And I think you're right, 19-1 Storm. You're just not going to lay down. And Charles, you know that playing up in Santa Fe is very difficult. So I think it's good for the Storm. You mentioned that. You know, keeps your edge, Adam. So I don't think there's you know, a bad thing for Coach Smith there.
And I also think when you are 18-1, 19-1, and you go on the road and you're playing someone, they're fired up. You know, you have this target on your back, and Cleveland might not be as fired up to play at Santa Fe because they're looking ahead to the Rio Ranchos. Cleveland looking ahead to Rio Rancho, the Cibola games. So they're thinking, Santa Fe, they're not that strong. We're going to go up there and run away with it. And now you go up there, you give Santa Fe some confidence. It's tough already to play up in that gymnasium, which is a beautiful facility already. And now you get this team with a little confidence going into the final quarters. But give Cleveland credit for bouncing back, showing that champion heart, and getting a win.
That's a great atmosphere.
Certainly, it's all going to play itself out, guys, as District 1 6A has monster games this week. Cibola with 2 back-to-back tough ones against Rio Rancho at home, and then Rio Rancho at Rio Rancho, and then hosting Cleveland. And, of course, we'll have that here for you on uSports Network and ProViewNetworks.com. Moving on here on 3 and Out, let's jump up to the college ranks, and I want to talk a little bit about Coach K. Getting to the K mark, 1,000. Look, they were at Madison Square Garden. Beautiful atmosphere.
The Mecca.
It was great. Mecca for college basketball, just basketball in general. And look at the youth there. Look at the youth of Coach
Bobby.
K. West Point, my goodness. Look, they were supposed to lose to St. John's by the way they played that game, but you can just feel that these kids wield it for their coach. What do you think? I mean, this has to be one of the greatest coaches in all-time history.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And if you look at the people that talked about it, Kobe, LeBron, you know, the Bobby Hurley, Christian Laettner, all the players from Duke that he's coached, you know, he was coached by Bobby Knight. They had a falling out for a while, and they've since, you know, they're okay now. But you think about great coaches, you know, Bobby Knight, Fogg Allen, John Wooden, Calipari, Patino. This guy, you know, as far as coaches anywhere, even at the pro level too, is definitely one of the best coaches you've ever seen.
Rubb.
That's right.
I mean, the list goes on. And my argument, I got into a debate with my brother last night because he was like, "Oh, Coach K, he's cool, but I don't think he's the best." This is why I put Coach K as one of the best. Back in the day, you were restricted to your region as far as recruiting. So if you had a good region, you had some good players, you could be good. Of course, coaching plays into it. But now with the internet, the way that you can go wherever and recruit and to still be consistently good, it speaks volumes about Coach K. He's even transitioned that program into, okay, well, you know, we won't take JUCO kids to, he adapted, said, hey, we're not going to be able to get these players if we keep telling them we don't want one and dones or two and dones. So he's changed with the times, and he's always modified his teams to fit the landscape of college basketball.
Well, I think his greatness could also be measured by not only what he's done successfully in college, but what he's done is revitalizing USA basketball.
Absolutely.
I mean, remember how the Olympics was a disaster before he took over and really got USA, and that's a big deal to us. If we're not winning the gold medal, there's a problem. We all know that.
We're upset.
I mean,
that's a great point.
We are selfish. We are selfish fans here in the United States, and we should win that gold medal, and they should be on top of the world. Well, all the respect that you mentioned it, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, the greatest basketball players ever to live, have for Coach K, not only them and then the collegiate players. So he can mix them both, from professional to the highest level guys to developing great D1 players into pros, and I think that's where he slips into one of the greatest coaches in history.
Yeah, that's a great point because you don't see that. You know, you mentioned Wooden and Fogg Allen, we mentioned Patino, but they're on one level, although Patino did coach at the pro level, but he doesn't have the same reverence that a Coach K does, and nobody does, and nobody will.
Oh.
Okay, so let's close it out here, guys. Last topic. Of course, it's a big one across the city and the state of New Mexico. Yeah.
Everywhere.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah.
Zach Gentry has flipped. He is decommitted from Texas, and now because of Jim Harbaugh's beautiful visit, got him up to Ann Arbor to check out the campus. He's going to Michigan. And the first thing I want to say about this, guys, is I feel there's a lot of people out there saying, well, why would he switch and why would he do this? That's, you know, you're leading somebody on. Look, he's an 18-year-old kid that has to make the best decision for his future, nobody else's. So I have no problem with him flipping. If he thought that things changed at Texas where he needed to take a look at Ann Arbor and go to Michigan and thought Jim Harbaugh gives him the best potential to move on with his career, then so be it. All power to him. Congratulations to have the power to make that move and switch on Texas because it wasn't right for him, guys. So I don't want to hear anybody say, look, he's an 18-year-old kid that has to make a tough decision, and someone's feelings are going to get hurt out of it. That's not his problem, though. Ed?
You know, to look at it, he's had Nick Saban, Lane Kiffin come by, Jim Harbaugh, Charlie Strong, 18-year-old kid. Again, I know his dad, Tom, then we went to Highland High School together in 1980s. Tom was a quarterback at Highland, and Tom would be the first to tell you that he doesn't have the skills that Zach did. So I'm with you, Adam. When you got a guy like Jim Harbaugh, you know, look what he did with Andrew Luck. And someday, you know, Zach Gentry might be playing on Sundays. You can't blame him. I have no qualms with that at all, no quarrel.
I thought it was a great decision because Texas, number one, they recruited tons of quarterbacks, okay? They didn't just commit to Zach saying, hey, you're our guy. Harbaugh comes in and says, you're going to be my guy. You're my first guy that I'm going after. So any kid in their right mind would say, wait a minute, go to Texas, compete with 6 quarterbacks, or, hey, Coach Harbaugh and his staff are here telling me, you're my guy, you're our guy. No
Pretty
brainer.
easy decision.
Anybody that knows Zach Gentry knows that he's not just a talent on the field. He carries himself professionally off the field. He's so gracious to media like us in interviews or whatever, and he's just a good kid, in general,
really good
right?
Kid.
So I'm proud of him. I'm glad as a New Mexican that he's going to represent us because we all think maybe one day we're not just going to be watching him play Saturday, but hopefully on Sunday too. And I think Jim Harbaugh had a big part in telling him, look, like you mentioned, Charles, Andrew Luck, look what happened. Look at his size and skill level. You could be the exact same thing.
The kid has it. He's 6'7", 240, or that's what they list him at. I'm pretty sure he's 6'8", 6'9", a gazelle.
7'1".
But he has
how far are you going to go with
every
this?
physical tool that you need. Why not go to a guy who has groomed NFL quarterbacks, who has the pedigree? So we all know if you have the tools, the coaching, all you need now is the intangibles, and I think he has those.
Well, congratulations on coming onto the show for the first time. We appreciate it. It's Ed Nunez. He's the man. You'll be hearing him call. In fact, he's got a game tomorrow, St. Pius. Right back, uSports Central.